Howdy there, YouTube. Welcome back to the Drifter Saloon. Ven Corbin here with another Superstar review. The review this weekend will be on Randall Keith Orton, RKBro. Very exciting. We've been waiting on this character to come out since we got in Riddle, and we knew it was going to happen eventually, but the Saloon is going to take a stab at reviewing and seeing how he is as a poster overall. Randy Orton, RKBro, is a modern-era showboat with the coaching ability of Crossbreak gems do X amount more damage, capping out at 9,000, doing 2,200 more damage per gem, per Crossbreak gem. Of course, we have all the volunteers that participated today, being 8 of them. Make sure to follow all the content creators and volunteers down below in the description. It greatly helps out them, as is the Saloon, and I appreciate it as much as possible. Don't send any hate their way. Of course, this is a for fun project that we do to kind of give you guys a heads up on where we think the cards land as soon as they drop. There's no reason to get all hostile over it. Alright, so let's just enjoy it for what it is and jump straight into it. Bob did get us his review, and he starts off by saying he's a killer sub guy, also uses steel, so I'm enjoying seeing that more. I'm not a fan of the other moveset, but I can understand how some people would like it because it's only 5 MP to get loaded. Coach is very blah, yet again, so another coach miss in my mind. Bob did not mention anything about the faction boss as a whole, but he did leave a review on the forum about his feelings of the faction boss. I did ask other content creators and volunteers what their opinions were as far as the faction boss mode was that happened this weekend, so some of them have given their input, some of them have not, so I'll be mentioning 2 different things, but the ratings will only apply to Randy Orton, RKBro. I did not ask them to rate faction boss, just if they had comments they could feel free to put those in as well. So, Bob did, like I said, Bob put his on the forum, so if you'd like you can find his comments on the forum. B-Rock says, Showboat Orton RK-Bro is a top-tier showboat. It seems the super sub is making a comeback with Tech Brock, Luger, Edge, and now Orton. I think I like him more than Lex because of the versatile moveset. Benny did not participate. Big Papa Gaming did not participate. Davey D, no comment on Orton. He didn't say no comment on Orton, but he didn't leave a comment on Orton, so I put that in there so you guys know that I'm jumping straight to his faction boss comment. So Davey D says, they really managed to polish it. I was scared they were going to monetize it, but they stuck to the original designer's intentions. I like how they make it feel more like a group effort by showing the other characters on screen. The faction boss shop is also good. Seems like they really want to pace access to boss promoters by refreshing the store once a week. I especially like how it's not a time suck. With the right strategy, you can be done in 30 minutes. DJ Anon says, didn't preview Randy, I have no opinion this week. However, the faction boss is absolutely incredible, with 3 exclamation points. Best mode ever in the game, and I hope to see it return more often. And then for a fun question, I asked DJ, since he's not reviewing Randy, what would be his favorite out of the 4 modes that we have in the game currently? What would he rate them? This is, of course, based on the stipulations and requirements, but here's his overall. He put Faction Boss, Showdown, Feud, and Blitz. I think it'd be fun to ask all of the volunteers at some point what they're for, how they would place those for, and see kind of where everybody stands on what their favorites and non-favorites are. So, Godflow did not participate this week. Unfortunately, I was unable to add the funny thing that Goldie had in her review, but she said, another beefy sub guy for feud domination. Copy pasta of the striker model, but with a pencil mustache. Various builds for different game modes. Much amaze, such wow. And I was going to put a Doge gif in there, a Doge image, but I'm doing this kind of late, and I have a killer migraine, so I wasn't able to put that in there. And then Goldie went on to further say, faction boss. Love how they added variables for different colored moves. Not liking the need to rely on 3 to 4 rare characters, but happy about the shop and currency being available. Level 3 breaker abilities were easy to obtain, but unlocking that last slot is lol 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 lol. That's a lot of lols. So LOL repeated 1,000 times. Anyways, I hope they continue to improve this mode. Felt like a one and done for a weekend where people would rather be watching Mania than playing the game, which makes sense, but hopefully the strategy, difficulty, levels are up for future renditions. Excellent, thank you Goldie, that is a great review. J-Man says, another stellar Feud and Showdown card, huge sub for Feud. About 4.8 million turn 1. For Showdown, amazing tag link with Riddle and a 5 MP no pin bar move to fill purple. Hits multiply gems and converts all multiplies to yellow gems for huge damage. Several awesome movesets. Looks like he doesn't really need to play either. Coaching leaves a touch to be desired. Flat damage for cross break gems. I'd rather use Z Cena. Faction Boss battle was okay. I didn't like the limitations that took 4 of my top guys out of play. No red moves. I didn't love how you needed 2 Tech Brocks to beat level 10. Boss breakers take too long to fill. Still need some tweaks, but overall satisfied with the rewards. I'd also add the huge submission damage people are going to become very useful for boss battles as well as Feud. They can quick dump all their sub damage all at once and leave all the special gems on the board. Very nice. Gerson says, excellent character, multiple movesets that work well, can cycle well, and while I typically hate showboats, he's one I loved. Talking about RKBro, Orton. And he didn't have a mention on Faction Boss. Iron Sheik says, another mighty submission character that can do massive damage in all nodes. Great tag link with Riddle, multiple movesets. There's not much to dislike about the newest Orton. He does lose 0.5 for the same reason I dinged other sub-based people, with an escape artist plate cutting him off at the knees, and another 0.5 for a meh coaching ability. Faction Boss, super fun again. I love the $5 offer they gave on the portal for a guaranteed 4-star bronze promoter, and it was a lot of fun again. I do think it still needs tweaks because we couldn't beat without Tech Brock, which was my Sam. I don't know what he means by was my Sam, but I didn't have time to ask, unfortunately. Merrick's did not participate. Retro did not participate. Sapper did not participate. TSD technically did participate, but forgot to give me his score. Zinker says, submission protection gems and finisher to turn green makes it very good. So basically he's on board with essentially everything else. Alright, my turn. I originally, so I try to leave a lot of leeway for the other people to speak, but this time I'm kind of glad that there wasn't as many volunteers because there's so much I wanted to touch on, but I will try to condense this as quickly as possible. First of all, Scopely, you did a fantastic job this weekend on the portal by giving us all a $5 offer that gave us a guaranteed 4-star bronze promoter. That is one of the coolest things you could have done. It follows up right after your Scott Hall of Fame, thing. There are times where things are very rough, but I think that the community needs to be respectful and understand that sometimes you do things in our best interest. And what you did with that $5 offer, like Sheik touched on it, and I was going to talk about it as well, that was brilliant. Thank you, Scopely. The next thing I want to touch on. Faction Boss is my favorite mode. And I was a little bit bummed at first that I got my Faction Boss done in 15 minutes. And that was including the Scopely load times. As we all know, those red rings are hellacious. But, that being said, I was able to enjoy a lot of my weekend because I got all of my Faction Boss done very quickly. My faction was very efficient. And I'm not going to say what my faction is, but I will say that they did a fantastic job getting everybody together, getting it done, and we were able to enjoy our Mania weekend. Despite the fact that I had to work and not enjoy Mania, I appreciated the fact that my faction came together and got this done. That's touching on the Faction Boss side of things. My review for Randy is very plain Jane. I think that everybody else is very spot on by saying the sub is just absolutely killer. He has multiple movesets. He's very viable. Who doesn't like Orton? I would be very shocked to see somebody give him a very low score. He hits all the right places, and that's what we like to see. There was one other thing I was going to touch on, and I think that the 1 week refresh on the currency makes perfect sense because they don't want to have people getting all of that at once. lot of this is faction boss related. Nothing I really need to touch on as far as Orton goes. You know, his coaching ability is not very great, but he does have a great tag link with Riddle. All these things have already been mentioned by everybody else. So yeah, that's where I stand. I think that this was a very fun weekend. It was a very relaxed weekend, which honestly is appreciated. So I'll go off of that. We'll go up here, and the reviews are as follows: 9, 9, 8, 9.5, 9.5, 9, 9, 9, and 9 for an average score of 9. The retro score of the week does go to Davey D with an 8. I should have followed up and asked why an 8. That just seems very low for this character, considering how much he can do and how he hits. But, hey, you know, if that's where Davey D is sitting at, I can understand. Yeah, I would say he's a very basic tier 1. Escape Artist play does make sense. Maybe that might knock him down a peg. I don't particularly know. But that is a wrap as far as that goes. Before you go, there's one other thing I would like to mention, because this video will be coming out on Monday. Tuesday through Sunday, if my math is correct. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes. Tuesday through Sunday. TSD actually got me his rating right as soon. So TSD gave him a 9. Which kept the average score at 9. And that means I can go back and read TSD's review. So hold on that announcement. TSD said, moveset, following the meta, Orton has multiple movesets that do great damage with a high damage that will OP in feuds. I do think Edge's sub might be slightly better than Randy's, but it's definitely something not to mess with. But yeah, he will be a feud monster. Also, a solid choice for future boss battles. Coaching, 2200 crossbreak gems is great. Helpful for those characters, especially for those who have the skill play that generate crossbreak gems. Character pick, when are we getting redacted? I took out the name personally because I didn't want it to be a spoiler. And then overall, great card, a great card and a great card to end the month. Can't say the same about the contest, especially the faction one, but this is a solid card. Probably have him either top 3 of the Showboat class, and again, when are we getting redacted card in the game? Alright. Thank you, TSD, for that last second addition. That's why I leave my Discord open, folks, so I can see if anybody sneaks in their review at the last second. Anyways, hopefully you stayed for this announcement. For the next 6 days after this review is posted, I will be posting character previews for all 6 of the promoters. I took the trials and I wanted to do mock reviews with the promoters. If the 6 of these do at least mediocrely well, I will do reviews for my 3 Balors as well. 4 if I get mutant, but we know I won't. And the other 3 Balors I do have a 5-star gold. So I just want to see how these previews go, get some feedback on all 6 of these previews, and after that I will move forward and try to get that situated and do more previews if I can. I want to do more with Scopely, and I can only do that with your guys' help. So I appreciate the support thoroughly through and through. And yeah, until next time, be safe and take it easy.